It's time for the Billy Flint Experience.
Thank you so much for joining me once again for another Billy Flint Experience. I am your host, Billy Flint. Some call me Bill, but it is Billy Flint. Again, thank you so much for joining me today or tonight, wherever you are in the world. We're coming live here in Germany. Oh, we got some crazy news. Current event. But first, before we get to the current events, as I always say each and every night, well, for at least for the few nights that I was here, if you got them, light them up. Because I am a cannabis activist. You know. Excuse me. Okay, let's get with the fuckery. Oh, what news we have today. I was reading earlier, and I was reading that the R. Kelly trial is set to go. And I was reading one of the articles, I think it was from a New York Post. It might have been another newspaper, but it was on the internet. I don't know how much you can trust the internet, but from the way that they worded, it's not a word, the way that they written this article, they about to roast his ass for real. But it says something like, it goes like this. It says, R. Kelly is a predator. And they got that in parentheses. Predator. Who demanded absolute fealty. I've never even heard that word before. Fealty. It's Fealty. Fealty. Okay, 1 second. I have to look this up because I never even heard this word before. 1 second, just let me. Okay, I'm gonna see if I'm saying it right. Fealty. Okay, it's this is what the definition is. What does it say? It says a tenant or sworn loyalty. Anybody who swears loyalty to a lord. That's deep. Okay, so it says who demanded absolute. Okay, well, all he had to do was say he demanded absolute loyalty. Jesus. Okay, so it says he who demanded absolute fealty from the many women and underage girls he dominated in a 2-decade racketeering scheme. Okay, again, racketeering. They're about to roast his ass. And I was when I read that, I was trying to figure out what was it. What did he do to what did he mean by racketeering? Because that's on some other. Man, that sounds like if they're bringing him up on racketeering charges, they're about to roast his ass. He's gone. And I still don't understand it. Maybe it's the allegations, or well, not really allegations, because I guess they have the proof of it, of him marrying Aaliyah when she was what did they say, she was 15, and something about him bribing some officials in Chicago to produce a fake ID and have the ID saying that she's of marrying age. And I don't know whether he made it 16 or whether he made it for her to be 18, but I guess that's what they're stemming that from, that particular charge, or that particular information that they got from Chicago, in Chicago. So yeah, as it was saying, it says Kelly's defense team countered that the government's case had gaps, and that the 54-year-old singer's accusers were unhappy former fans who wanted to get back at him because their relationships didn't work. Okay, now it says his accusers, and it says unhappy former fans. That doesn't make any sense. It would be a different story if it said something like his ex-lovers or former lovers, and they wanted to get back at him because the relationship didn't work out. I can't see why fans would go after somebody just because of a relationship. Usually entertainers don't have that type of relationship with fans. It's usually like a wall between them. Of course, yeah, they acknowledge the fans, but there's still a wall between the artist and the fan. But anyways, and it says continuing blah 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 blah. It says the indictment describes Kelly's alleged dealings with 6 women and girls, 4 underage at the time. They included the late singer Aaliyah, who was 15 when she married Kelly. Okay, so it says it right there. Okay, so she was 15. And I guess that's where the racketeering charges are coming in. Anyways, like I said, they're about to roast his ass. That's a serious charge. And it says, they continue on, and it says that a Brooklyn prosecutor had already charged Kelly with racketeering, kidnapping, forced labor, and sexual exploitation. Wow. I did not know it was that deep. The only thing that I remember that was a controversy, which was his so-called sex tape that was, I don't know if I could say allegedly. Well, he was saying that it wasn't him, so I'm just going to say allegedly. It was a sex tape. And supposedly it had underage girls. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I didn't see it. Okay, I'm lying. I did see it. It was, everybody seen it. Everybody wanted to see it just to see if it was really him. I guess it was him. I don't know, but that's what they're saying that the based on that tape and him having an underage individual in the video. To depending on who's watching it, she didn't look young. She looked like a woman. But that's just me. So that's what they're basing the racketeering charges on, him, for that. But like I said, the trial is set to go, but it's becoming already a crazy a fiasco. And it's just almost like how Gayle King, remember, I don't know if anyone remember the interview with Gayle King, but she seriously did a hatchet job on him. But some of what she was saying about R. Kelly, some of the questions, they were valid. And the way he cut up on her show was really embarrassing. Wait, I got a clip.
In 2008, R. Kelly was found not guilty on 14 counts of child pornography after prosecutors in Chicago failed to convince a jury that he was a man seen in a sex tape with a girl as young as 13.
What do you want to say to your fans?
Last month, Kelly was indicted again, this time charged with aggravated criminal sexual abuse of 4 women, including 3 who the charges say were minors at the time.
They about to roast his ass.
Robert.
30 years of my career! He's done. And it's not funny. It's not funny because if it is a situation to where there was anyone underage, then yes, he should roast for it. But the way that it's turning, the way that the trial and all of the alleged stories from the witnesses, my whole thing was, okay, when he was living in Atlanta, Georgia, they were saying that he had a harem of women living in this one house. And my thing was that as a parent, and there was a few parents that went after their daughters. There was a few parents that, but there was only one particular parents that stuck out, and that was Jocelyn, I think her name was, one of the accusers. Her name is Jocelyn Savage, and her parents, Jangelin and Timothy Savage. And they were saying that they wanted to get their daughter back and that R. Kelly was holding her against her will. And as the story unraveled and as pictures started surfacing of the women, they did not look anything close to being teenagers. They looked rather old. You know, that's just my opinion when I seen them, but that's what they I guess that's what they're kind of basing the whole trial around. But anyways, I digress. But like I said about the parents, I can't see how any parent would allow their child. I mean, if it was my child, then I would go to that wherever my child was. I say child, I say young adult or whatever. If my child or my young adult child had say to me, she could be in her 20s or whatever, 30s or whatever, and she's being held against her will, as a parent, I will find out where she's being held, and I will make a trip personally and get my child back. And it just seemed as, like I said, the story started unraveling about his home in Atlanta, Georgia, with all these women in his house. As the story started unraveling, it just kind of like didn't really make much sense. But like I said, if they're basing this trial from earlier allegations, and like I said, that racketeering charge, like I said, they're gonna roast his ass. They got him. They really got him.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Guess that means that's goodbye, R. Kelly. So I don't know. That's just the way I see it. I could be wrong. I mean, maybe it might be a situation that he might be innocent. I mean, who knows? I would hope so. I really hope that first of all, that the truth comes out. If the truth comes out, we shall see. So, I don't know. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, this is the Billy Flint Experience. I am Billy Flint. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Take care.